Pat Chiwaki representing Scootney College. This poem's called Spotted Elk's Band. It's just from Observer for Wounded Knee Massacre. Starts out like this. It has been a cold winter. We have been traveling for miles now. There have been 38 members of the Hongpapo Ayate that brought word of the murder of Sitting Bull and have joined us. We take them as family, for they have lost a great leader. They tell us the killing of Sitting Bull was done by one of our own. The U.S. government has been pushing us around, and in this winter we have fear that we may not see tomorrow. The snow surrounds us. We are weak. We are setting forth to Pine Ridge Reservation to meet with Red Cloud to find shelter with his camp. We ghost dance now to pray for the Creator for protection. We pray for life and that our shirts stop the bullets and that don't stop coming at us. The worst situation had become as we have stumbled onto the Wasichu military. They order us to walk miles to Wounded Knee Creek where they order us to camp. As the morning sun rises, we see that we are completely surrounded. The Wasichus have set up their heavy guns at us and have more now in numbers. They order us to give up our weapons. They order our women to give up their sewing needles and cooking pots. But why? It's the winter and we are weak. We grow restless as these men strip us of our tools. The Wasichus have been drinking alcohol now and have been acting hostile towards us. We only wish to live. We offer our hearts to you, Creator. For our women and children could not sleep last night. They are scared for our lives. These men's actions have been nothing but lies and false promises. Their drunken ways are coming out now, and without our weapons, we know our future is bleak. An argument breaks out as the deaf elder Black Coyote is not giving up his gun. Bang! A shot has rang out. Bang, bang, bang! I see women and children running away from camp. Bang, bang, bang! The guns are killing my brothers and sisters in front of my eyes. Bang! A mother is killed holding her baby. The snow is stained with blood. Why, Creator, have these people come? Why have they continued to kill our people? To change us into white men or be killed. Bang! I see my mother and father shot. My being is shattered as I see my family gone. I turn to these men, these evil men, and shout, why? These three men surround me. They pass around their bottle of bad medicine. Bang! Thank you.
All right. That was the second round. What y'all think? Yeah. Still here, y'all still awake? All right. Talk with the judges. We're going to talk about y'all behind y'all's back. All right, top four. Tressa Welch. Michael Fast Buffaloers. Darren Janice. And Brett German. I want to thank everybody that's been competing. This is just a friendly competition for $100. This is the champ. Yeah, this is the third round. Third round. Are you ready for third round? Third round? All right. All right, going on here. Darren Janice.
My name is Darren Janice from Oglala Lakota College. This poem is entitled Doing Time. The liquid nooses drip from the rooftops in white clay. Entwined are the bodies of Lakota men and women who purchased an addiction by paying with their lives. She is held without bond within the 4 walls of White Clay, Nebraska, a state-run, incorrectional institution built upon addiction and paid for by the people who scatter their own. The money she receives from her first of the month check isn't enough to bond her way out. It's all taken in exchange for the inflamed water that scorches her soul and solidifies her mind into an unconscious state to take away the pain of yesterday's hangover. She awakens every morning with the sun shining upon her weather-beaten face. Beer bottle cap tops and pebbles fall out of her entangled hair as she lifts her head off of the storefront pavement she passed out on the night before. She sits up, she checks her Indian purse to make sure she still has a little money inside, and then she reaches down to fill her zipper, the zipper of her pants, to make sure it's still up, as men sometimes unzip them down throughout the night. The mobile captive makes her way to the closest bar so that she can murder her hangover with surefire shots from a Colt 45 aimed down her dry throat. She feels herself drowning in despair as she once again fades into an ethereal haze. Prisoner number 69360 is serving what seems to be a life sentence without the possibility of parole. She admits to her many crimes committed after an interrogation session of firewater burning. She feels guilty for the time she was 5 and her mother's boyfriend molested her. She is guilty of being drunk at 14 and being raped repeatedly. Every man she's known has beaten the innocence out of her. She is guilty and deserves to be here. This is where she belongs. Her will to live was broken, like the many treaties with the United States government. The liquid chain on her wrists and ankles cling tight. Unable to fight, she falls to the ground in front of the car headlights. The guards are armed with silver bullets and hold Colt 45s, ready to take down anyone attempting to sober up. Everyone must pay repeatedly for the crimes they've committed by serving a life sentence with no possibility of parole, or passing out drunk somewhere down death row.
Aaron, all right. Tressa Welch, come on up, please.
Again?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, again. Third round.
I didn't have anything wrote, like I wrote one poem and that was the first one you heard. I just been winging it, so. Enough about Daffle, I'm just gonna babble. It doesn't matter where you come from, it doesn't matter where you start, it's all about being a part of this rap I call art. You don't have to be smart, it's like throwing darts to try to make it on the board and get the #1 hit. That's how I do it. I make a hit every time when I throw down these rhymes. My pen's been making me shine. Oh shit, I just ran out of lines. I wish I would have wrote more. This poem's really a bore. I'm ready to leave and go act like an AIHEC core. Whole plot, yeah. Just kidding, it's not for me, TV for me.
Tell them off on everybody. Brett? Finish that story, brother.
This is part 3, entitled Catching Up. Growing up as a kid, not knowing who you are must be tough. Learning the story of how you became to a state that's so far from home, so far from the mountains. Growing up as a child, Mom always told me to learn my heritage, learn my language, because she always said, what's a people without a language? Since she was never taught that, she had that right stolen from her. She wanted me to learn it. So as I stand before you, a student at Navajo Tech University, my 3rd year, going for my bachelor's, I feel I'm accomplishing Mother's goal and learning the language, learning our people, learning who our family is, and how far back in time the family goes. But as all this goes, and as she smiles and is proud, a slow disease grows from beneath.
All right. Let's talk about y'all behind y'all's back. Two. I need 2.
We need that last person to go. Michael.
Oh, Michael Buffalo, Fast Buffaloers. Sorry, Michael Fast Buffaloers. Michael Fast Buffaloers. Sorry.
Well, hello again. I'm Michael from Blackfeet Community College. This is a poem I wrote for myself about 40 years from now. I've been doing this poem for about 30 years now. And it is entitled, Do You Remember? And it's basically a little letter that I wrote to myself about some of our memories. Do you remember grabbing Mom's shawl and throwing it on and spinning and pretending to be Miss Blackfeet 1996, Princess Wave? Do you remember dancing the jingle dress, sidestep at powwows, and all the other kids would make fun of you, but you didn't give a fuck because you got that tiny tot money? I hope you're still like that. I hope you didn't change too much. Do you remember being in some Portland neighborhood as a kid and wanting so bad to be an Indian for Halloween? I know that's so awful because that's controversial nowadays, but I was crying. Do you remember wanting to be an Indian for Halloween until Mom said, baby, you are already an Indian? Do you remember? Do you remember screaming, I want to be an Indian, I want to be an Indian, I want to be an Indian? And Mom just holding me, baby, you're already an Indian. I hope you still want to be an Indian. Do you remember your first crush? It was that Cree boy at Bible camp. I hope you're still able to feel love. I hope you still fall in love all the time. Do you remember being afraid of going to hell because you went to a sweat? Until some old woman told you, oh, the devil can't corner you in here. There's no corners, see, it's all a circle. You'll just run around and around and around until he gets tired. But boy, you run into that church, he can catch you in that corner right quick. I hope you still go to sweats. Do you remember that awesome feeling you felt when you learned the Blackfeet word for homosexual and realized that it was a word older than white people had been here? Do you remember how accepting your mother was and how accepting your father was? I hope you still love them.
All right. Those are your top 4 poets. Top 4 poets. This is yours? This is yours? Last round, folks. Last round. All right. Top 2. Top 2 move on. For $100, first place, and $50, second place.
artist is Michael Bone.